enough, but I found this trunk downstairs. It's the one left over from the charity magic show a few years back. Remember? From Father Chenille's act? Anyway, they sell the radio. Sorry, forgot the bells around. We weren't allowed to talk.
Today hasn't been so bad, has it? Only 3 times.
When I grew up in the orphanage, I always got in trouble for making too much noise.
George, I didn't know you were an orphan.
I am?
You just said you were.
I did?
Yes, you said you grew up in an orphanage.
Oh, but I wasn't an orphan. My father was the groundskeeper and lived on site in a girls' orphanage, which was an awfully nice place to grow up, if you catch my meaning. There was one girl in particular. I never knew her name, but I saw her watching me out her window all the time. Even when I was eating lunch or reading, she'd stare at me in my old monogrammed work shirt and smile. I smiled back, kind of waved, like this, and then she waved back like this. And then I gave her my Valentino eyes, like this. And then she, oh, sorry, sisters.
What is it you wanted, George?
Wanted?
Oh, yes, you know.
Oh, right. They said in the radio they're expecting a heavy frost tonight.
Oh, frost! So soon? We'll have to drop everything and harvest the grapes.
But what about these robes? The Mother Superior wanted them repaired and shipped out by tomorrow. There is no way we can pick grapes and finish all this sewing.
I can help with the grapes. I don't mind.
Oh, George, could you?
Sure. I've already finished my chores. And besides, if those grapes go bad, you won't be able to make any of your juice for the poor.
Glory be! Sister Philomena will skip dinner tonight and go help George. But then we'll come back and rush through the rest of this sewing. We'll get our buckets and meet you in the fields, George.
All right.
George, what's that in your pocket?
Almost forgot. Mother Superior got a telegram from Rome. It's marked Importante. That's Italian. I wonder what that means. Oh, important.
Important. George, it means important.
We'll see that she gets this right away.
Good. See you in the vineyard.
Orchard, George. Remember, Mother Superior doesn't like us to call it a vineyard.
As soon as we finish picking those grapes, Augusta, we'll have to start making our wine. But we don't have enough bottles, or space, or time.
What choice do we have? You know what is the only thing that keeps money coming into this convent? Without it, the church would close us down for sure. Now come on, Philomena, we have got to go help George with that grape harvest. We can't let it go bad.
Let what go bad, sisters?
Oh, Mother Superior.
We didn't see you come in.
Let what go bad?
George. Mother Superior, we can't let George go bad.
What do you mean?
Well, we were just speaking with him, Mother Superior, and he seems to be treading the path of sin. Isn't that right, Sister Philomena?
What sin, Sister Augusta?
I saw him drinking.
Oh! Don't say that word, Sister Augusta. You know how much I despise that word.
I'm sorry, Reverend Mother.
But George lives here on the grounds. Where on earth would he get you know what?
him.
But this is terrible. George has been our groundskeeper for years. I've never had a moment's worry about him. Perhaps I should go speak with him personally.
No, Mother Superior. You can't.
Why not?
Because he doesn't know that you know Mother Superior. Oh, and he so looks up to you. It would be much easier coming from Sister Philomena and me.
Perhaps you're right. But remember, counsel don't preach. Change comes from within. And hurry back, sisters. We're expecting that new addition to the convent this evening. Sister Mary, sent from Cardinal Redding himself.
Yes, Mother Superior.
I see George has found a trunk to ship the robes off in. Oh, it's Father Shania's old magic trunk. That man was the worst magician I've ever seen. The only thing he could make disappear was an audience. What's this?
Oh, George brought in a telegram for you, Mother Superior.
From Rome. Don't dawdle, sister. George needs salvation.
You lied to Mother Superior. What choice did I have? We couldn't let her know we'd been making Satan's mouthwash instead of grape juice and selling it to save the convent.
I've never lied in my entire life, much less to a holy mother.
A lot of help you were. You just stood there with your mouth open.
I can't help it. I can't lie even if I wanted to. Every time I try, all that comes out is, That's why I became a nun. Here, my disability is actually an asset.
Still, you could have looked less guilty.
Why did you lie in the first place? Why not tell Mother Superior about the frost? She'd think we were picking grapes for our juice.
I got flustered. Oh, it was the first thing that came to my mind. Oh, now listen, Philomena, we have to press those grapes tonight or it'll be too late. You remember what happened last time we waited, don't you?
Yeah, the mice got in and ate most of them.
Right. So we didn't have enough grapes to make both juice and Lucifer's libation. So we only made juice, and we nearly had to close our doors. You don't want that to happen again, do you?
Of course not. This convent is the only home I've ever known.
Then let's figure out a plan. How many empty you-know-what bottles do we have left?
None. They're all full. We were supposed to sneak into town this week to sell them.
Oh, it's past 6, so the place where we buy our bottles is already closed. Do we have any empty grape juice bottles left?
Oh, yes. At least a dozen, plus 2 full ones.
Oh, so this is what we'll do. We'll fill them, you-know-what, into the grape juice bottles.
But Mother Superior serves grape juice from those bottles. She'll find out.
Nonsense. You said there were still 2 full bottles earlier today. We'll just make sure we use those until we get the bottles from town tomorrow. Tomorrow we can transfer the you-know-what back into the you-know-what bottles and then fill the grape juice bottles with real grape juice.
This sounds awful risky.
What choice do we have? Now go, get some buckets and meet me in the orchard.
Merciful heavens! Oh, what are we to do? Sister Philomena, Sister Augusta!
What is it, Reverend Mother?
Rome has sent out a decree ordering all insignificant convents to be immediately closed. Oh, they're sending someone not of the church, out to check each and every convent and report back to Rome.
Oh, but Mother Superior, why are you so worried? Surely Rome doesn't mean us.
Oh, we've been entrusted with a sacred duty to the church.
How can we be considered insignificant?
Oh, sisters, I have a confession to make. All these years, I've never told Rome how small our order is. In fact, I've made it a point to disguise that very fact. That is why you have been trained to sew as fast as 20 nuns. And we certainly don't make enough money to be considered significant. One look at us and Rome will close us down. We'll have to join the order of the Sisters of Grueling Hard Labor. Oh, what are we to do? What are those buckets for, Sister Philomena?
They're for George, Mother Superior. In case we buckets and I will pour it into the gutter.
Good thinking, Sister Augusta. Keep up the good work, sisters. Fight the evils of Satan's toilet water at every turn. Now, go and help that lost soul while I try to figure out what to do about this spy. Go! Oh, what are we to do? I've got to find a way to save the convent. Oh.
That was close. They almost saw us.
But they didn't. Geez, Paul, you're as nervous as a marshmallow at a campout. Calm down.
Easy for you to say. You didn't spend 12 years at Catholic school. You have no idea what these nuns are like. Sally, I feel really strange about all this.
Why? It's no different than any other story we've been assigned.
Oh, really? What other story required us to do an expose on nuns?
Well, someone in this town has been making wine, and they just won a $500,000 prize. Besides, it'll only be an expose if these nuns are the ones making it.
Still, this doesn't feel right.
Listen, the chief promised whoever cracks this a year's worth of front page stories. Front page, Paul! Do you know what that could do for our careers?
I know, but spying on nuns?
Aren't you tired of writing for the society section? I don't know about you, but I took this job to report hard news, not cakewalks and charity luncheons.
Fine, let's just take a quick look around and get out of here. This place gives me the creeps. I've never been in a convent before.
You just said you went to Catholic school.
I did, but we never actually saw where those nuns lived. For all we knew, they were like bats and slept upside down in coat closets. Boy, I don't miss those days at all. Those nuns used to scare me to death, always staring, not saying anything. You'd confess to anything, guilty or not, just to stop that staring. There was this one nun at my old high school. She used to give me the willies so bad that I'd stutter. I couldn't get anything out. It was horrible.
Don't you mean horrible?
That's not funny.
Hey, look at this.
Don't touch that. It's holy. The nuns in this order sew and repair all the robes for the church. If the Pope rips a hem, he sends it here to get fixed. These are very sacred things.
This place isn't so bad. It's simple and kind of cozy. You know, I always thought we'd have somewhere like this for our summer home. A little vineyard, a lot of quiet.
Well, we would have if you didn't leave me at the altar.
Oh, Paul, you're not still sore, are you? Well, what choice did I have? Cracking that Dylan boy story finally got me noticed. I was the only reporter who covered it.
Because everybody else was at our wedding waiting for you to show up.
Listen, Paul, I thought we agreed that not getting married was the best thing to happen to our relationship.
I know, but it hasn't been easy since we started getting assigned the same stories. The chief sure does have a sadistic side.
Thanks a lot.
You know what I mean, Sally? It's just difficult sometimes. I still care about you. A lot.
So, all they do here is sew?
They say they can pattern, cut, and sew a robe in less than 5 minutes.
Oh, not me. I've flunked home ec so many times they made me take wood shop with the boys instead. Where is everyone anyway?
The chief said there are just 3 nuns here. We saw
What
2.
to think?
That must have been the Mother Superior! Quick, hide! She can't know that we're here!
Paul? Where'd you go?
Hello?
Hello? You must be the Mother Superior. I'm Sally.
Oh, there's no need for introductions. I know who you are.
You do?
Of course, I got the letter from Cardinal Redding. But come now, Sister Mary, where are your wimple and veil?
Oh,
you must be from one of those more modern orders. Here you will find we are traditional in our dress. This is what you will be expected to wear here, sister.
There must be some mistake. I'm not
Not what?
this size.
Well, There are plenty of gowns in the high holy closet. If you can't find one that fits, I'm sure you can sew your own quickly enough. Now I'll go and make sure that your room's ready.
She thinks you're a nun!
Isn't it wonderful?
Why didn't you correct her?
And blow my cover? Are you kidding me? She just handed me a golden opportunity.
But you just lied to a nun!
I did no such thing. I just didn't tell her the truth.
It's the same thing!
Look, if she thinks I'm Sister Mary, then I'll be Sister Mary. This way, I can meet the other nuns, gain their trust, and find out firsthand if there's any funny business going on around here.
Do you realize how many sins you'll be committing if you impersonate a nun?
Paul, listen. The chief doesn't take either one of us seriously. Why else would he send us here? Do you really believe there's a snowball's chance that 3 nuns are making award-winning wine? But if by some crazy miracle it's true, then I want to be the one to blow the cover off this story. Now you can either join me, or you can go back to writing about the cakewalks at Shady Glen Retirement Home.
I'm not going to leave you here alone, but
Sister Mary!
She's coming back, hide!
Sister Mary, I almost forgot. One of the things we honor here is a period of silence each day. When you hear the church bells chime, you must remain silent and work in prayer and meditation. When the bells chime again, you may resume speaking.
When does that happen?
Oh, it varies. On high holy days, the bells might chime 7 or 8 times. On other days, just 2 or 3. We feel it's the least we can do for he who has sacrificed so much.
Who's that?
Him?
Oh, there's a second story to this building?
Jesus, dear.
Oh, right. Him.
What was the name of the order that you transferred from again?
The order?
Yes, dear.
Oh, the order. I transferred from the order of alphabetical.
The alphabetical order?
Yes. We filed things.
Well, I've never heard of it.
We worked very closely with the numerical order.
Well, I'll let you get settled. Where are your bags?
Oh, I don't have any. I mean, I gave away everything I owned before I arrived. I take my vow of poverty very seriously.
How charitable.
Yes, the poor need so much more than I.
I see you kept this old plain coat.
Plain? That happened to cost me $50. And I'm holding on to it to give to a family in real need.
Let me take it, dear. There are numerous orphanages in Rome that could use it. You will be an excellent addition, sister. Now I'll leave you be, and I'm sure you'll want to spend some quiet time praying.
Oh, yes. Praying.
Breakfast is at 4:30. I'll see you then.
Excuse me. When you say 4:30, do you mean 4:30 in the morning? That 4:30?
Horrible, isn't it? We are embarrassingly lazy around here. Good night.
Paul,
We are getting out of here now!
are you crazy?
We can't do this!
We can't not do this!
This is morally, ethically, religiously wrong!
You know what your problem is, Paul Billings? You're too scared to go after the hard news. At the first sign of danger, you run.
That's not true.
Isn't it? You got the same tip I did about the Dillon boys, but you chose not to follow up on it.
I didn't follow up on it because we were getting married an hour later.
But I did. And that story is what won me a Pickering Award.
Fat load of good that did you. You're still covering the same second-rate stories I am. Only instead of a husband to commiserate with, you've got a trophy. You never even tried to reschedule the wedding.
There was no time. I had all those other leads I had to follow up on. I was running around like mad.
You weren't running around, Sally. You were running away. Just like you always do when someone gets too close.
I do not.
Why don't you just admit it? You're the one who's too scared. You don't want anyone to see the big, brave reporter let her guard down and admit she's got feelings.
Feelings don't win you a Pickering Award, and they certainly don't get you the front page.
No, but they do make you human.
Paul,
Forget it. Let's just do our job and get out of here.
Okay, can you grab my coat first? It's in the trunk.
Oh, Mother Superior! Surprise!
Oh, hello. Hello.
Who are you?
I'm Sister Mary.
Sister Mary?
But this is Sister Mary.
Mary Catherine, which one are you?
Excuse me?
Which Mary? I'm Mary Catherine and you're Mary.
Mary?
Sister Mary Mary?
Well, Bloody Mary was already taken. It's just a little joke.
I get it like the cocktail.
Shh! You mustn't talk about you know what here. Mother Superior feels drinking is one of the greatest sins one can commit.
She says it leads to a life of vice and sin. She's quite passionate about it. We have to say, you know what, or the devil's hair tonic, or Satan's bathwater, something like that.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Sister Augusta and I didn't know that you were living with us as well, Sister Mary Mary.
Oh, yes. Well, I was sent here by, Cardinal, what's his name?
Reading?
Yes! Cardinal Redding.
What a coincidence. He's responsible for my being here as well.
Oh,
And what a coincidence we've arrived on the same day. We have almost the same name. You're not an orphan too, are you?
can't say that I am.
Oh, Sister Mary Catherine, you're an orphan?
My entire family was killed in a terrible car accident outside of Paris. I was brought up in an orphanage for girls. Every one of us became nuns. It was sort of expected. Except for one girl. She started a softball team.
I'll let Mother Superior know you've arrived, Mary Catherine.
And I'll go prepare another room.
So, Sister Mary Catherine, how's nun life treating you?
Can you keep a secret, Sister Mary Mary?
You'd be amazed.
I'm not really a nun. I mean, I'm training to be one, but I'm still a novice. I talked with Cardinal Redding, and he's allowing me to stay here while I finish up my training. They don't take novices at this order, so I've been pretending I've already entered the sisterhood. I've been saddled with guilt ever since I replaced my novice whites with this gown. Please don't tell Mother Superior. I don't want to have to go back. I just know that the Sisters of Perpetual Sewing is my destiny.
Honey, I won't tell a soul. The way I see it, it's kind of like living with your boyfriend before marrying him. Spiritually, I mean.
So, how long have you been a sister, Sister Mary Mary?
Oh, well, it seems like such a short time. But I guess it's been since I was 9.
9? I've never heard of anyone that young being allowed into the sisterhood.
Oh, well, I was in the program for exceptionally pious kids. My brother became a priest when he was 7.
Oh my. It must seem almost a burden to have so much goodness in you.
It's the cross I bear. Which isn't to make light of the cross Jesus bore. I think I'll just pray quietly for a moment.
Sister Mary Catherine, I'm afraid I wasn't expecting you. Cardinal Redding said he sent a letter. Perhaps it hasn't arrived yet?
Wasn't that the letter you received last week, Mother Superior?
Sister Augusta, please show Sister Mary Catherine to her room. She'll be in the room next to Sister Mary. Oh, dear, what is your second name?
Mary.
No, dear, your second name.
Mary.
It's Sister Mary Mary, Mother Superior. Superior. Mary Catherine will be next to Mary Mary. Then bring Sister Philomena back in here. Back in here. I wish to speak to you both.
Yes, Mother Superior.
You wanted to see us, Mother Superior?
Yes? It seems we've caught ourselves as spy sisters.
Mother Superior!
Sister Mary Catherine! Oh, I know she seemed so innocent, so pure, but I could tell the minute I saw her that she was the spy sent from Rome. Did you see how nervous she looked? She's definitely hiding something. Now, we mustn't tell her a thing. If she asks, we must commit sin and fib a little. Tell her that there are many others in our order, but that they're all away on retreat. We can't let her know that it's just the three of us. Well, four of us now, with Sister Mary Mary.
Yes, Mother Superior.
Sister Augusta, I want you to watch Mary Catherine closely. Report to me anything you see that seems suspicious.
But Mother Superior, I haven't the time.
Why not? You and Sister Philomena are almost finished with the holy robes.
Well, it's George, Mother Superior. We still have to talk to George.
Oh,
and then
nonsense! You can speak with him later. This is important. Sister Philomena, I want you to keep Sister Mary Catherine occupied. Take her on a tour of the grounds. Bring her into town. Just keep her busy.
But Mother
No,
Superior...
just do it. We will make sure that she is so exhausted that she won't be able to spy. Poor Sister Mary Mary. To come to our convent at a time when such deceit is going on.
How are we supposed to make you-know-what with Mary Catherine poking around?
we'll just have to stay up and do it while she's sleeping.
But it's already so late, we're not going to get to sleep at all.
Would you rather they close down the convent?
Of course not, it's just
And
they
then
don't...
just go. You tell George he's to finish picking the grapes. I'll go make sure Mary Catherine isn't snooping around.
I just know this is God's way of punishing us for lying.
Paul, the coast is clear. Oh, hello. You must be the new sister. I'm Father Chenille, priest of the local parish.
Hello, Father. My, it was rather far over your Cape Town, wasn't it? But perhaps you can help me.
It's a high holy day tomorrow, and I seem to have ripped my cassock. I was wondering if you might be able to mend it for me.
Wouldn't it be easier to just take it to a seamstress?
But Sister Yana seamstress.
Oh, right. Well, why don't you just leave it here and I'll get to it a little later.
But it's only a small tear. I don't suppose you can fix it now. I have a sunrise service in the morning.
Well, certainly I could. It's just a small tear.
How do you like the convent so far? Rather small, but they really do good for the community. I see Sister Philomena and Sister Augusta go into town every week with their grape juice, and it seems to brighten up the spirits of every soul in the town. I don't know how this order has remained open with so little money coming into it, but I suppose our sisters are thrifty. Having some trouble?
I can't thread this stupid needle. I was never any good at this.
You're joking. I know very well Cardinal Redding sends only those divinely gifted in the art of sewing to this order. What's this?
Almost got it.
Well, I'll be. Oh, there we go. It's my old magician's trunk. Well, I haven't seen this in years. I'll be right back. I'm just getting a few things from the
This
kitchen.
fits so hard. Now, what were you saying about that trunk? Oh, Paul!
Oh, Sister Mary Mary, you will keep what I told you about being a novice secret, won't you? Though They'll send me back if they find out. And I feel certain God wants me here.
Don't worry, Sister Mary Catherine. Your secret is safe with me. No one will ever know you're not really a nun.
Oh, thank you. Good night.
Sister Augusta?
It's all right, Sister Mary. Mother Superior knows all about Mary Catherine. I've been told to keep an eye on her so she doesn't get into trouble. Imagine that! Deceiving nuns!
Yeah, imagine. I used to be quite the amateur magician. Perfectly solid knives, a perfectly solid box, and yet...
Abra. Hallelujah!
What are you doing?
Amazing your senses. Abra. Hallelujah!
Stop!
What's wrong, sister? It's only a parlor trick.
Paul!
Who's Paul?
Oh, God, Paul! He's... the patron saint of straight seams. Oh, God and Saint Paul, please bless this seam and let it be straight and true. Amen. My scissors were dull.
You sisters always do go above and beyond. Blessing a simple ripped seam.
Here you go, Father.
You must still be tired after your trip. Perhaps there's a robe I can borrow from the high holy closet.
Oh, no! Don't go in there. Why don't you go to the kitchen and make yourself a nice cup of tea? And by the time the water's boiling, I'll have this fixed.
I'm sure it's not an indecision.
None whatsoever. Paul! What are you wearing?
I heard him coming over to the closet and just decided to throw this on. Look, we need to get out of here and figure out a plan.
Can I fix this first? I don't want to blow my cover. Well, who taught you how to do that? I thought you said your mother died when you were young.
I'm full of surprises. What about you? I thought you said all girls knew how to sew.
I told you I flunked home ec. All 5 times.
There. Now,
Sister
give this...
Mary, I'm having some trouble finding the...
Oh, hello, Father.
Hello, Father.
I'm Father Sinead.
I'm Father... Paul.
Oh, what brings you to Shading then, Father Paul?
Well, I've come to visit, that is to say, Sister Mary...
Father Paul is my brother.
Yes, this is my Sister Mary. I just wanted to make sure she arrived safely.
Oh, very thoughtful of you. Will you be staying long?
A day or so, probably less.
I see, and, well, what parish do you work at?
Well, that's sort of difficult
He
to
kind of
say.
floats around.
I go where they need me.
Oh, I see. A Jesuit.
Here's your robe, Father.
Oh my, that's some splendid sewing. I can now see why you were sent to this order. Perhaps you and your brother, the father, would like to join me for tea, Sister Mary. I've got an entire kettle heap.
We were just on our way out.
Nonsense, Paul. We have time for tea with Father Chenille. Besides, I have some questions I'd like to ask him.
Questions?
Yes, I'm very curious about this convent.
But Mary!
Paul!
You two run ahead. I want to remind Reverend Mother about services tomorrow. Mother Superior! Mother Superior!
Father Chenille, what a nice surprise.
I'm in crisis, Mother Superior! Crisis!
What is it?
Oh, Cardinal Redding is trying to get rid of me. He sent a young priest here by the name of Father Paul to replace me.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I met him just now. He's the brother of Sister Mary. Perhaps that's why she was sent here, to pave the way for her brother, the father, to take over my parish.
I can't believe that's true.
Oh, surely you've heard all the rumors that Rome is sending out spies, checking things out.
But I thought they were only interested in convents.
Oh, why stop there? I know our little church doesn't raise a lot of money. I tried to get the congregation to open up their hearts and their wallets, but there's only so much I can do. I'm only one man.
Father Chanel, we don't know any of this for certain.
If only there was some way to find out why Father Paul suddenly arrived like this. Mother Superior, will you help me?
I have troubles of my own, I'm afraid.
What is it?
Sister Mary Catherine, the one with the shifty eyes. She's reporting our every move back to Rome.
Another spy? First Father Paul, and now Sister Mary Catherine? What is the world coming to?
Good morning, Father, Mother. I was looking for Sister Augusta.
She's helping Sister Mary get settled. I'll let her know that you're looking for her.
Thank you, Reverend Mother.
Wait a minute, George.
Yes, Father?
Might I ask a favor of you?
Certainly, Father.
There's a new priest here, a Father Paul. Now, I can't explain what I'm about to ask you to do. I can only say it would mean a great deal to me if you would comply. I want you to spy on Father Paul.
Spy, Father?
The fate of the entire church is in your hands. Here's what I'd like you to do.
I can't believe I fell asleep in my oatmeal this morning. Mother Superior must think I'm a narcoleptic.
I don't know why you're so tired. I had to press and bottle all that you-know-what, no thanks to you.
I was in Sister Mary Catherine's room all night, putting subconscious thoughts into her head. I read it in a book last month. This woman wanted to stop smoking, so she played a recording when she slept telling her, "Stop smoking! Stop smoking!" And when she woke up the next day, she gave up smoking.
But Sister Mary Catherine doesn't smoke.
I know that! I was trying to get her to expose herself as a spy. So I crept into her room and whispered over and over into her ear, "Confess! Confess!" Did it work? We will find out this morning.
Well, we finished, and that's the most important thing. Now remember, the bottles with the red labels are the you-know-what. The ones with the white labels are the real grape juice.
Red, you know what? White, real grape juice. I'll remember.
I left the last two bottles on the very edge of the shelf, so we'll remember to take those first. The whole pressing room smells like you-know-what, so we must keep Mother Superior out of there if we can. At least until I can clean it up this morning.
Got it. I'm gonna go ask George to see if he can pick up those bottles from town.
Can't we go? If he happens to look in that box.
We have all these robes to repair. We'll just ask George. Oh, he's very trustworthy.
Good morning, sisters.
George! What are you wearing? Oh, that's sacrilege!
Oh, no, it's a cassock.
George, why are you dressed like that?
Father Chanel's put me on a secret mission. From now on, I'm Father George.
Father George?
Well, until he tells me it's okay to be groundskeeper George again.
I don't understand.
I can't explain it to you just yet, but from now on, I'm Father George.
All right. Well, George, we have... Father George, we have a favor to ask you.
There's a box of bottles that we've ordered that needs to get picked up in town. Can you go this morning and get them for us?
I don't know. Father Chanel told me to stay here all day.
Please, it's very important. We get these bottles today.
We go ourselves, but we have to finish all of our sewing.
Well, Father Paul was still asleep when I left my cabin this morning. Maybe if I go right now, I'll be back before he's up.
Oh, thank you, George! Father George.
Good morning, sisters.
Good morning, Sister Mary Catherine.
Good morning.
Something wrong, sister?
How are you feeling this morning, Sister Mary Catherine? Anything you'd like to tell us?
What do you mean?
Oh, anything to confess?
Actually, there is. I drank the last of the grape juice at breakfast this morning.
Is that all?
And I'm sorry. Listen, sisters, may I ask you something? Is this building very old?
Not really. Why?
I I heard strange noises all night last night. I thought maybe it was the building settling.
Noises? What kind of noises? Did the noises make you want to tell us something?
I know it sounds silly, but they sounded almost human. Like a voice telling me the strangest things.
Oh, really? Like what?
They just kept saying, confess, confess.
Maybe you have a heavy heart about something. A secret weighing you down. Something you want to confess.
I think I'll take my sewing outdoors. I'd like some quiet time to reflect.
Oh, come along.
I don't mean to be impolite, Sister Augusta, but I'd like to go alone.
Good. We can go alone together. Confess!
How is the sewing coming along?
But we should be finished very soon, Mother Superior. Mother Superior,
Yes,
where are you going?
the pressing room. We've run out of juice.
But I'll get you some.
Nonsense, you keep sewing.
But the pressing room is a mess.
I'm only retrieving some bottles, Sister Philomena. I'm not photographing it. Unless there's some other reason you don't want me to go in there.
Grab the bottles with the white labels on the very edge of the shelf. They're more what you're looking for.
All right.
What happened?
Oh, it's all right. It's just a little spill. Could you get some mop and bucket and help me clean up the broken glass?
Oh, but Mother Superior, I told you to grab the bottles with the white labels.
The ones with the white labels fell off the shelf. Someone placed them dangerously close to the edge. Now, the mop and bucket are in the kitchen. Grab them, put these away, and then we'll clean up that mess before it stains. I've spilled a little on my gown. I'm going to go and wash it off.
You look awful.
Do you know the last time I woke up at 4:30 in the morning, Paul? Never. That's when.
Okay, look, we've both agreed. Ask a few questions, find out nothing is going on here, and leave. Right?
I still don't understand why you're so nervous about all this.
Look at me! Do you know how many rosaries I'll have to say for impersonating a priest?
You know, I think you look good in uniform.
You think so? This robe doesn't make me look fat?
No. I think it accentuates your broad shoulders.
Oh, thanks. You know, I've been doing some weightlifting with the fellas after work recently, and, Sally, I'm serious! Let's just do this and get out of here.
All right, all right. I'll check on Sister Augusta and Sister Mary. You find Mother Superior and Sister Philomena. We'll meet back here in an hour, trade notes, and figure out what to do from there. George?
Oh, where are you?
Oh, Father George, are you back with the bottles over Father Chenille? Good morning.
I take it you've been informed about Father George, then?
Yes, Father.
But have you seen him this morning? I've been looking for him everywhere.
He ran into town to do a quick errand, Father, but he'll be back soon.
But he was supposed to be here looking after Father Never mind, he was just supposed to be here, that's all.
There's tea, if you'd like to wait for him in the kitchen, Father.
Indeed I would.
Oh, what's this? You're certain?
Yes, Mother Superior, I don't want you smelling like stepping on any glass. I'll clean this up myself.
Thank you, sister. Ah, Father Paul.
Good morning, Mother Superior.
I trust your accommodations with Father George were acceptable?
Yes, quite nice.
Excellent. We want your stay here to be comfortable. I noticed you missed breakfast this morning. There's still tea if you'd like.
I'm fine, thank you.
Father Paul, may I ask you a rather odd question?
Of course, Mother Superior.
Can you tell when a person is lying?
I beg your pardon?
In confession, you see sinners all the time. Say that a person committed a great sin. They disguise themselves as a member of the church to spy on someone. Could you tell just by looking at that person?
I don't know what you mean.
I believe I have that gift. I can spot a phony right away.
I don't know who you're referring to.
May I be frank, Father Paul? There is a deceiver in this very convent.
What?
Father, you're stuttering.
A deceiver?
Imagine Sister Mary's audacity to lie in a house of charity.
Oh, so you know about Sister Mary then?
It's painfully clear that Rome has sent Sister Mary Catherine here to spy on us.
Mary Catherine?
Yes, she arrived late last night, Father.
Oh, Mary Catherine.
Father, I abhor myself for what I'm about to ask you, but I feel I must for the good of the convent.
What would you like me to do?
Disguise yourself as a nun.
I beg your pardon?
I need you to dress up like a nun and spy on Sister Mary Catherine. Oh, I know it sounds sinful and I must sound crazy, but I'm desperate. I need someone to watch her and let me know what she's up to. She's already met everyone else, otherwise I'd never ask you to do this. Please, Father, the future of the Sisters of Perpetual Soul depend on it.
But isn't that deceitful? You were just saying.
Oh, I said what she's doing is deceitful. A lay person dressing as clergy, but you are clergy dressing as clergy. Please, Father, you are my only hope. Oh, quick, here she comes. Hide in here. I don't want her to see you.
I don't want to do this.
Please, Father.
No.
Please, Father.
No.
I beg of you.
No.
Oh. Please.
No.
Please.
No.
Please.
No.
Please.
No.
Oh! Confess! Father, the orphans, they need our assistance. If we close down, there'll be no charity for them.
Orphans?
In addition to our sewing, we also hold charity events to raise money for orphans.
I didn't know about the orphans. Of course I'll help.
Go back into the high holy closet and wait there. I'll come right back and we'll find you a wimple and a veil and I'll bring my sewing kit and we'll fit it to you. Don't let anyone see you go into the closet. Discretion is imperative.
Father Paul?
Sister Philomena, right?
Yes, I wondered who Mother Superior was speaking to.
Oh, did you hear what we were talking about?
Not really. Why?
Oh, no reason. Anyways, I suppose I should go pray or something and you should go empty that bucket. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Father.
I'll see you later.
All right.
I suppose I'll just head back to Father George's then.
Okay.
Father Simeon,
Oh, hello, sister.
I need to speak with you. It's urgent.
Well, can't it wait? I'm in desperate need to find Father George.
God is speaking to me.
What?
It's a divine miracle. I hear voices. Last night, God told me to confess, and this morning He said, please.
Really?
But then, oh, Father, I heard His voice.
Whose?
Yes.
Yes? What did he say?
God kept saying, confess, confess, please, please. And the devil kept saying, no, no.
do. Have you anything to confess? Perhaps there's something that's weighing heavy on your heart, and that's why you thought you heard his voice.
Yes, there is something I need to confess right away.
You don't have to find Father Paul, I'm afraid. He can take your confession. I must find Father George.
Who's Father Paul? Oh, Father!
Excuse me?
I need to make a confession quickly before it's too late.
But I have to deliver these balls to Sister Augusta and Sister Philomena.
But my eternal soul is in peril.
I would if I could. Honestly, I'm just not qualified to. Maybe not a formal confession. Maybe if we just went outside and talked.
Yes, Father. I'd like that.
You look familiar. Have we met before?
I don't think so. Ooh, what's this? Oh, it's worse than the sisters led me to believe. There must be at least a dozen bottles in here. All of them empty. Oh, it's true. George truly is a you-know-whataholic. I only hope the sisters were able to intervene in time.
Mother Superior?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Mother Superior! Oh, Mother Superior!
Yes, Sister Philomena. Sister Augusta, what is it?
Mary Catherine has gone off with George. She was going to give a confession.
Oh, well then, leave her alone for a little while and then resume following her when she's done.
No, a confession, Mother, to Father George.
Yes, so you said.
Oh, Father George, Mother! George!
Oh, dear! But he's not a real priest.
I know!
Well, stop them.
How?
Well, I don't know. Just do it.
But how?
explain, Sister Paula is from France.
I suppose they do greet people differently there.
Yes.
I wonder if that's what they call a French kiss.
Oh no, a French kiss is with tongue. I mean, so I've been told in confession. I don't know myself. I'm a priest.
I just hope Sister Paula doesn't greet all of us that way.
Sister Mary Catherine, may I ask you something personal?
Certainly, Father.
Have you ever been in love?
What do you mean?
Before you became a nun, wasn't there someone in your past to whom you had the least bit of attraction?
Why, yes, there was, Father. At the orphanage I grew up in, there was a groundskeeper who had a son, a beautiful young man with whom I was quite smitten. He used to read books on his breaks, Tolstoy and Shakespeare and Bronte.
Charlotte or Emily?
Both. I used to watch him for hours on end, but I was too shy to ever talk to him. And then one day, he was gone. A new groundskeeper came. I never knew what happened to that boy, but I always felt in my heart that if he were to ever return to me, I would remember what it was like to be in love once more. It's a silly memory, Father. Why do you ask?
It's not a silly memory at all. The boy, did you ever know his name?
No, but he had his initials monogrammed on his shirt. GD. If you try to pronounce it, it sounds like God.
Perhaps the boy is still out there looking for you. Perhaps he always knew he was being watched because he was always watching you too. Perhaps he remains a groundskeeper to this very day, searching every window for signs of that lovely young girl.
Perhaps. But I suppose I'll never know for certain. Besides, it's too late now. I'm a nun. Almost.
Almost?
Father, there's something I've wanted to confess to you. I'm not really a nun.
You're not? That's wonderful! I mean, what do you mean?
I'm just a novice. Cardinal Redding has allowed me to finish out my time here since I'm so skilled at sewing. I'm not supposed to tell anyone, but I've been plagued with guilt ever since I arrived. I feel sacrilegious wearing this garment before I've officially taken my vows.
I've got a confession to make to you as well. I'm not really a priest. I've just been telling you that I was.
What?
Father Chenille put me up to it. He's worried that Father Paul has been sent to take over the parish. I was supposed to spy on him and report back what I see. So you see, I'm not really a priest at all.
Then who are you?
I'm the groundskeeper.
The groundskeeper? But I just gave you confession!
I know, it was just wonderful.
So you're just pretending to be a priest? You're a sick man!
I only did it because Father Chenille asked me to.
I don't care! You never should have agreed to it!
You don't understand, Mary Catherine.
I trusted you with my most private secret! I thought you were bound by the church to keep my confession confidential, but now you'll tell everyone!
No, I won't, I swear!
How do I know that's not just another lie?
Mary
You're perverse! You and Father Chenille both!
Did I hear the name?
Shame on you! You!
What was all that about?
She knows I'm not a priest, Father.
You told her? And there was supposed to be a secret! Oh, well, as long as she doesn't go around telling anyone. Now, what have you found out about Father Paul?
I don't have the time now, Father. I've got to go convince Sister Mary Catherine not to become a nun.
Oh, but she's already in... Oh, never mind. Mother Superior!
Yes, Father.
Oh, I trust you're feeling better.
Fully revived, Father.
Good. Then perhaps you wouldn't mind telling me what in heaven's name is going on around here. Who is this Sister Paula? Where did she come from? Is she the spy sent out by Rome?
No, of course not.
How can you be certain?
Well, she's... That is to say, she's my sister.
You have a sister?
Yes, my around for a few days.
Quite a coincidence. Your sister known Sister Mary Mary.
Yes. She's French.
Who, Sister Mary Mary?
No, my Sister Paula. That's why she was kissing Sister Mary Mary like that. She's French.
But you're not.
No. But I was. I grew out of it.
I don't understand.
I'm afraid I don't either, really.
Well, regardless, have you seen Father Paul around? I've been looking for him all day. I wanted to ask him if he'd like to say late afternoon mass with me. You know what they say, keep your enemies close.
Well, I'm sure he's around here somewhere.
Well, if you do see him, please send him around to me at the church.
Will do.
Oh, and, Mother,
Yes, Father?
I expect I'll be seeing you at confession tomorrow.
I expect you will, Father. Oh! Father Paul, I must speak with you at once.
Please call me Sister Paula while I'm dressed like this. I don't want to have to make up another lie.
Very well. Sister Paula, your discovery has forced me to commit a grave sin. I have just lied to a priest. Oh, to save you embarrassment, I must inform you of the circumstances I have created. You are my sister. You're French, and you kiss everyone like that when you first meet them.
I do?
Now, Father, I know that no one in this situation is above reproach, but what in heaven's name were you doing kissing Sister Mary Mary in the pressing room?
That's a good question. Awfully good. What was I doing kissing Sister Mary Mary in the pressing room? Well, here's the thing. That is to say, you make me very nervous, staring at me like that. Could you please just turn around for a moment? I wasn't actually kissing Sister Mary.
I saw you with my own eyes, Father!
You only think you saw us kissing. In fact, Sister Mary Mary is plagued with allergies. When she was younger, she almost died from a bee sting. Anaphylactic shock. Well, this morning, a bee stung her on her lip. She started gasping for air. I walked it, and I knew exactly what had happened. So, to save her life, I tried to suck the stinger out of her lip. We rushed into the pressing room to try to find a phone to call an ambulance, but there wasn't one there. I continued to suck on her lip until we could find a phone. Luckily, the shock of everyone screaming got her adrenaline pumping, and it worked the poison out of her system, thus saving her life.
I had no idea! Why didn't you say something?
She gets embarrassed about her allergy. She didn't want to make a bad impression.
That poor dear.
Yes, it's awful.
It's a good thing you were here, though, to help her, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
Mother Superior!
Yes, Sister Philomena, what is it?
Sister Mary Mary is inconsolable. She's locked herself in her room and she refuses to come out.
She must feel horribly and be embarrassed. Please tell her that everything is all right and invite her to join us for some tea.
But I've tried everything. It's no use. She's quite distraught and scared she might do something drastic.
I'll talk with her. You get on with your sewing. I'll speak with you later, Father. Sister Paula.
France has some interesting customs.
Yes. Yes, it does.
I should like to visit it one day. What a wonderful way to say hello.
Oh, Paul, thank God.
I thought you locked yourself in your room.
I just crawled out the window. What are we gonna do now? Our cover was almost blown.
I did some quick thinking and convinced Mother Superior I was sucking a bee stinger out of your lip. I told her you were allergic.
She bought that?
Would a priest lie? Look, I haven't seen anything here that makes me think anyone associated with this convent is making wine. Let's just call it quits.
Are you kidding me? What about that pressing room? Do you really really think they're just making grape juice in there?
Who cares? Let's just tell the chief there's nothing here and call it quits before things get any more ridiculous. Look at me. I'm a reporter, dressed as a priest, dressed as a nun. Now let's go.
Wait. Why did you kiss me?
Can we talk about that later? Like when I'm not wearing a dress?
No, I want to talk about it now. We rushed in there, and the next thing I know, you're kissing me.
I don't know, it was the rush. I was flustered.
It felt like something more than that.
Well, it wasn't. It shouldn't have happened. As you said, breaking up was the best thing to happen to our relationship.
So, you're sure it was accidental? Just the heat of the moment?
When I do dream about kissing you, we aren't both dressed as nuns.
You dream about kissing me?
Sally, this isn't the time.
Paul!
Okay, fine. Yes, I dream about you. I think about you a lot, Sally. Every moment of every day, in fact. And I promised myself that the moment you told me you loved me again, I'd whisk you away to Vegas before you had the chance to change your mind. Do you really think it's just coincidence the chief assigns us the same stories? I asked him to. I can't imagine a day in my life without you in it. Look, Sally, there's something I've wanted to ask you. I'll ask you again, really, but I've been too scared.
Do you hear something?
I'm so nervous about all this. Oh, there's nothing to be nervous about. Just go and get any bottles of grape juice in George's cabin and replace the bottles of you-know-what Mother Superior brought into the kitchen this morning. We'll have more than enough time to make grape juice tonight, after everyone has gone to bed.
But what if
Oh, just go! I'll make sure no one tries to open those bottles for lunch. Pay dirt!
Okay, you go find out for sure what's in those bottles in the kitchen. I'll go tell Mother Superior I'm through playing Sister Paula. Then I'll go pretend Father Paul has to go back to his parish so I can spy on my own clothes again.
Okay, I'll meet you back here in 10 minutes.
Okay, now go!
Please! Please, won't you just listen to me?
There's nothing you can say that's of any interest to me.
I'm sorry!
I don't care.
I didn't mean
I
it!
don't believe you.
I love you!
I can't. What did you say?
I love you! I've loved you since the first moment we met!
We only just met this morning.
Mary Catherine, it's me! George Donnelly! GD, the son of the groundskeeper, it's me!
George?
Yes!
It is you. I thought you looked familiar, but I didn't know from where.
And now we found each other again.
It's a miracle.
I would have told you sooner, but I just had to make sure it was really you.
And did you love me, George, as much as I loved you?
I've thought about you every day since.
Oh, George.
Oh, Mary Catherine.
Oh.
You sure you're not really a nun?
I'm not a nun.
Hallelujah!
And you're not really a priest?
I'm not a priest.
Amen.
Sister Mary Catherine!
Sister Augusta.
George!
Sister?
Sister Augusta.
Mother Superior!
Sister Mary Catherine. Mother Superior.
George!
Father Chenille!
Mother Superior!
Mother Chenille.
Father George, Sister Mary Catherine?
And Sister Mary Mary.
George!
Sister Philomena!
Philomena.
Oh, Mother Superior! Philomena!
Cardinal Redding. Cardinal Redding?
Cardinal Redding! My children!
and George forgot to give it to us. It's happened before.
Father Chenille is to blame. If he hadn't convinced George to pretend to be a priest, then George would have remembered things like delivering telegrams and none of this would have happened. Oh, I only wish we had more time to put together a proper reception for Cardinal Redding.
It's too bad Sister Paula left this afternoon.
I found it very strange she left without saying goodbye. Just that note left in the kitchen.
Well, I'm sure she had things to do.
Still, makes me kind of wonder.
Wonder what?
Is it possible Sister Paula was the spy?
What do you think?
Nonsense! Mary Catherine is the spy sent from Rome. Sister Paula had nothing to do with it.
But Mother, how can you be so sure?
I just am. Let's leave it at that.
Still, it's awfully suspicious.
Less chatter, more work. Now go back into the kitchen and finish the appetizers. Cardinal Redding will be back after saying afternoon mass with Father Chenille soon, and I want everything ready for his arrival.
Yes, Mother Superior.
Sister Philomena, I want you to stay. I need to talk to you.
Yes, Mother Superior?
Sister Philomena, what was in the box that you brought in earlier today?
The box, Mother Superior?
The cardboard box that made the sound of shattering glass.
Those are just bottles of grape juice, Mother Superior.
From where?
George's cabin.
What were you doing with juice from George's cabin, sister? Sister, I've asked you a question. Why did you take his juice?
I took it because we needed to replace the bottles from the kitchen, Mother Superior.
Why? What's wrong with the juice from the kitchen? Sister, answer me! Sister, I have asked you a question. What's wrong with the grape juice in the kitchen?
It's not grape juice, Mother Superior. It's wine. Yes, wine. The devil's hair tonic. Satan's aperitif. No, don't ask me any more questions.
How did our grape juice come to be replaced with with you know what? Tell me this instant.
Sister Augusta and I have secretly been making wine for years and selling it to the locals to raise money for the convent. We wanted to tell you, but we knew that you would stop us, so we've been lying to you all this time. We're horrible, disgusting liars.
How dare you? You know how I feel about you know what.
If there were any other way, we'd gladly have done it, but there wasn't. We were only selling so many bottles of grape juice, but once we started selling you know what, it was a miracle. People were buying it by the case. We wanted to stop at some point, but it proved to be the only way to keep the convent open. Oh, this all would have been so much easier if I were able to lie.
After Cardinal Redding leaves, I will dole out punishment to both you and Sister Augusta. In the meantime, keep your mouths shut. I don't want anyone to find out the truth, especially Sister Mary Catherine. Rome will close us down for certain if that sneaky little spy finds out. Tell no one. Do you understand?
Yes, Mother Superior, I'm so sorry.
Now, go ahead, Sister Augusta. We will talk about this later.
Dear.
You will forget what I just told you. You will forget what I just told.
Saints forgive us. Well. I suppose you're French too?
What do you mean, Mother Superior?
Kissing Sister Mary Catherine like that. Shameful.
But she's not,
Save your breath, George. I know that Sister Mary Catherine isn't really a nun.
You do?
Of course I do. But that doesn't give you the right to do what you did. And in front of Cardinal Redding.
Begging your pardon, Mother Superior, but don't you find it odd how much Cardinal Redding looks like Father Paul?
I hadn't noticed.
Hadn't noticed? They could be twins!
Well, I suppose they do bear a slight resemblance.
More than just a resemblance, and besides, we haven't seen the two of them together.
Sister Mary did. She told me that Father Paul was taking a nap in your cabin when the Cardinal arrived.
Still.
What are you saying, George? That Father Paul dressed up like Cardinal Redding?
Not at all. I'm just saying that maybe Cardinal Redding dressed up like Father Paul, and maybe Cardinal Redding's a spy.
Preposterous! I hardly think that Rome would send someone as prestigious as a cardinal to spy on us.
Maybe not.
Now listen, George. When Cardinal Redding gets back, I don't want you spouting any more of your crazy theories that he's a spy. It's incredibly insulting.
Yes, Mother Superior.
Now I'm going to go and finish with the food. I need you to pour out cups of punch.
Yes, Mother Superior. A little bland. Maybe if I add a little grape juice from the pressing room. Better. Twice as better. Wow! This grape juice makes all the difference.
George, oh George, what are we gonna do?
What do you mean?
We got caught kissing. I can't lie anymore. I have to tell Mother Superior everything.
Don't get so worked up. Have some punch.
No, thank you. Oh, George, this isn't at all how things were supposed to go.
I know. Here, you look thirsty.
No, thank you. I didn't know what to do. So I just ran off and prayed. And now I know I need to tell Mother Superior I'm really still a novice.
Okay. You sure you don't want to try some punch? It's really good.
No, thank you. I'm gonna go find her right away. Wish me luck, George.
Good luck. I've got to get the recipe for this punch.
I must say, that was one of the more interesting sermons I've ever attended, Cardinal Redding. Well, until your sermon, I never knew Moses even had a dog.
Yes, Saint Bernard. He was actually responsible for putting out the fire in the burning bush.
Oh, and the way you sort of crammed all those songs and prayers together, why, your mass only took 10 minutes.
Yes, well, I suppose I was still a little flustered from all that happened this afternoon.
Quite understandable. I don't want you thinking that what you saw here was at all tolerated. I can assure you this is a chaste and pure convent, and whatever you witnessed between Sister Mary Catherine and George was completely shocking to us as well.
As it should be. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to walk around for a few moments. make sure there aren't any other infractions or anything. Perhaps talk to Sister Mary.
Certainly, Cardinal Redding, certainly. Ah, punch. Mmm. My, that's tasty. Quite tasty indeed.
Ah, Father Shani, where's Cardinal Redding?
Oh, he's around here somewhere. This is really good punch.
Thank you.
No, I mean it's really good.
Thank you. Would you be so kind as to help me bring in the rest of the appetizers?
It was one thing when I was pretending to be a priest. It was another when I was pretending to be a nun. But a cardinal? That's the last straw.
Paul, I know it's crazy, but I just need you to buy me another hour. I want to sneak into that pressing room and check it out. I think we found our secret winery.
I don't care anymore, Sally. These nuns are good people. I'm not going to turn them in just to get better writing assignments. Now, come on, let's go.
Are you crazy? We're so close.
Sally, let's go.
I just want to check the pressing room first.
Now, Sally.
What is wrong with you? This is our big break. Look at this story. We're serious journalists. No more fluff pieces. No more sitting around in the bullpen listening to them all laughing at us behind our backs. We'll finally be up there with the big boys. Don't you want that?
Not if it means hurting people.
Those nuns? Nothing's gonna happen to them except they'll be $500,000 richer.
I'm talking about us, Sally. Don't let another story get in between us.
Is that what this is all about?
That Dylan story broke us up. I've spent the last year working with you, day in, day out, just hoping one day you would look at me and realize what a mistake you'd made.
Paul.
I love you, Sally. There! I said it! I love you! You're more important to me than anything else in this world. I didn't go after the Dylan story, Sally, because nothing, not success or the front page or even a Pickering Award, is more important to me than you are. You're my front page news.
Oh, Paul.
The only thing I've ever asked from you, Sally, is your hand in marriage. But now I'm asking for one more thing. If you care about me at all, let's let these nice people be and go home.
I do care for you, Paul. Very much. But I've got to get this story.
Cardinal Redding! Let me tell you once more how thrilled the Sisters of Perpetual Sowing are that you've come to visit with us today. It's only too bad that the rest of the sisters are all away on retreat and are unable to join us.
I'd like to propose a toast to Cardinal Redding. A blessing on his visit and a blessing on his health. Cheers!
Sisters, a word? Sisters, what is the meaning of this?
Oh, Mother Superior, I have no idea!
George must have gotten into the pressing room.
Do you realize what we've just done? We have just served, you know what? To a cardinal!
You were right, Father. This is good punch.
Quick, do something before he drinks another glass.
But Cardinal Redding, the juice in this punch has gone bad. Let me give you something else to drink.
Nonsense, this is fine.
No, really. It's not very good.
Are you kidding me? This has got to be some of the best punch I've ever tasted.
I agree! Here's a little trick from my days as an amateur magician. I'm going to make this punch disappear. Here, Cardinal Redding, let me fill you another glass.
You won't
Sister,
forget
pass the
about the
punch
punch.
to me.
You won't forget about the punch.
You won't forget about the punch! You won't forget about the punch! You
Don't sleep it!
Please!
George! What are you doing down there?
Trying to take a nap. I've been working like a dog all week, picking grapes, getting balls, and pretending to be a priest. Hello, Cardinal. Ready?
That's enough, George. Go back to your cabin at once.
Not until I talk with Mary Catherine. I'm not leaving without her.
What on earth is happening to everybody?
Well, well, well. Look what I found.
George! Have you been drinking in the pressing room?
No, I was drinking out here.
This isn't George's, Mother Superior, it's yours.
Mine?
This is proof that this convent has been making wine and selling it to the locals.
We're sinners, forgive us.
What is she talking about? The Sisters of Perpetual Sowing have secretly been making wine and selling it to the locals for years.
It's true, but we had to. It was the only way to keep the convent open. It's just the 4 of us.
It's true. Cardinal Redden, please forgive me for lying to you. I was scared that if you knew how small our convent was, you'd close us down. We know that you sent Sister Mary Catherine here to spy on us and report back to Rome.
What? I'm not a spy.
Of course you are, dear.
No, really. I'm not even a nun.
What?
I'm still a novice. Cardinal Redding has allowed me to come here disguised as a nun until I take my vows next month. But I'm not taking them anymore. I've fallen in love with George. Oh, it's all right, since I'm not really a nun. There's no sin involved.
Cardinal Redding, I don't know how I can explain any of this to you.
He's not Cardinal Redding.
He's not?
No. Cardinal Redding's 80. In Japanese. With an eye patch. I don't know who he is.
Sister
Paula!
Father Paul!
Actually, just Paul. I'm a reporter. I worked for the Times and I was sent here to find out the truth about a local underground winery.
And you? Sister Mary?
Sally Andrews. I work with Paul.
But I was so certain.
I know, and I'm sorry, but none of that changes the fact that you've been making wine and selling it for years. This is front page news. My ticket to the big time.
Sally, no!
I'm sorry, Paul. You may want to squander this opportunity, but I don't. This will finally get me where I'm going.
And where is that, Sally?
Somewhere I thought you wanted to be too. I'm sorry, Paul. I really am.
Well, I suppose now we sit back and wait for Rome to close us down. I can't believe you would do this to us.
Mother Superior, I'm so sorry, I really am.
I should have known you were a phony. Always acting so nervous around me. Stuttering like those boys I used to teach at St. Julius d'Orange High School.
St. Julius d'Orange? Sister Margaret?
Paul Billings?
So it is you! I can't believe it!
Paul Billings? I should have known.
So you remember me? After all these years!
Of course I remember you. I always remember the troublemakers. Plus, you reminded me very much of my late husband.
What?
You were married?
Yes! I was a widow before I became a nun. I had 2 children, twins, a little boy and a little girl. And their father, may he rest in peace, enjoyed you-know-what too much. One night, while vacationing in France, he drunkenly drove our car into a telephone pole. I woke up 2 days later in a Catholic hospital, and I begged them to tell me what had happened to my family. Speaking no English, they tried to tell me, but I couldn't understand the language. But I saw in their eyes what had happened. My entire family was killed. And that is why I can't utter the words associated with Satan's drink. It's too painful.
France.
little town called Kota Kashmir. How did you know?
I was found on the doorstep of a boys' orphanage outside of a small town called Kota Kashmir.
And I was found on the doorstep of a girls' orphanage outside of Kota Kashmir.
How old are you?
24. And you?
24. My birthday is on
April 11th! Brother!
Sister?
Children! It's a miracle!
I have so many questions. Tell us everything. What was father like? Was he smart?
Very,
Was he handsome?
very.
What did he do for a living?
He was a salesman. He's quite a successful salesman. He sold bedspreads. That's right. Huh?
Chenille bedspreads. The accident may have changed my face, but never my heart. Margaret.
Lawrence!
Daddy!
Papa!
Family!
Lawrence, I thought you were dead.
I asked them not to tell you I survived. I couldn't face you after the accident, Margaret. I had to get myself sober to start over. I was no good to you. I was a bad husband and a bad father. So I did what every amateur magician does. I made myself disappear. I went back to America to start anew. I had our marriage annulled, and that's when I found my calling. I started my training for the ordination that very evening, and then years later, when they assigned me to this parish and I found you again, it felt like it was the hand of God bringing us back together. Only I never could ever bring myself to tell you the truth. And that's why I got so upset when I thought Father Paul was going to take over the parish. I couldn't bear the thought of leaving you again.
Oh, Lawrence.
I can't do it. I can't go through with it. You're right, Paul. I do run away from my feelings. I left you at the altar because I was too scared to let myself depend on someone else. But when I walked out of here right now without you, I felt like the loneliest girl in the world. I love you. There, I said it too. I love you.
Mom, Dad, Sis, this is Sally. My soon-to-be again wife.
Paul, what's with all the mom and dad stuff? Have some respect.
Sally, this is my mother the mother, my father the father, and my sister the sister. I'll explain on our way to Vegas.
Vegas?
I promised myself that Sally and I would get hitched the moment she told me she loved me again.
Why wait for Vegas when you've got your old man to perform the ceremony now, if you'd like me to?
Oh, Sally, could we? Before another story comes up.
I can't think of a better story to cover than true love conquering all. Except, of course, for a local convent winning $500,000.
What do you mean?
Your wine has won a prize worth $500,000. That's the story we came to cover. Our entire newspaper staff have been looking for the winners.
$500,000? We won't be considered insignificant! We won't have to close our doors! Hallelujah!
Mary Catherine, will you do me the honor?
Yes, George.
Abracadabra! Abracadabra!
A double wedding, glory be!
Oh, and we're already set up for the reception.
Hors d'oeuvres and wine for everyone.
Mother Superior, you said, you know what?
As it says in Deuteronomy, and you shall spend the money on whatsoever you wish, whether it be oxen or sheep or wine or strong drink, whatever your appetite craves, and you shall eat there before the Lord your God and rejoice, you and your household.
Amen.
side.